Guys, it's Brandon, aka B.Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend. Happy Friday, y'all! Dr. Dre's 3 alleged mistresses may have to go to court, and a former Playboy playmate bunny is giving us all the secrets from inside the Playboy mansion. Yes, we're talking about that and a lot more. You know what to do. Grab your tea, grab your beverage. Let go. Beauty besties, it's Friday and I could just smell the weekend in the air. Ooh, I hope you got something good planned for the weekend. Let me say this though. I know we're not in the bathroom. I love getting dressed with you all and talking and dishing all the tea, but I said I just wanted to talk today and still spill the tea. So we're gonna just do that. We're gonna spill the tea and talk. Now, by the way, since we're spilling the tea and talking, I've started a new skincare series for the channel as well. And I don't know if you guys saw the initial video on how to determine your skin type. So I started this skincare series just for a couple of different reasons. I wouldn't be your beauty best friend if we wasn't talking about everything, including the makeup, because it's nothing like having a good beat mug. But baby, if that skin underneath ain't strong and look cracked and looks like you physically got beat down, then me talking about makeup does you no good. So as your beauty best friend, I introduced a skincare series and I'm dropping a new skincare video on Sunday. So I hope you check it out and let me know what you think. In addition, I also want your thoughts. Do you want to see me continue to get ready and we talk about the tea? Or do you like it this way? Or eat all the above? Let me know. I'm here to play with it and change up the format to keep it nice and fresh, okay? Now, let's jump into our first topic though. There's a man by the name of Horn Weasel. Horn Weasel. You can call him Mr. Weasel. He bought his son a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and a few days later, the child opened the bag, ate the Cheetos, and found a whole bullet at the bottom of the bag. Not a half a bullet, a whole bullet. Okay, what is going on with our food? Because I have a couple of questions here. First of all, what kind of shootout happened in this factory with these Cheetos, honey? Second of all, is Cheetos coming out with a new flavor called gunpowder? I legit want to know, how are we finding literally trash in our packaged food? Where is the food inspector? What shootouts are happening? Who's eating their Sunday leftover shrimp fried dinners in these factories? If y'all remember correctly, I talked to you guys about the guy who bought the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and he found shrimp tails and a whole other slew of debris in there. And now fast forward, Horn Weasel, Mr. Weasel, his son found a whole bullet in his Cheetos. So he reached out to Cheetos and Cheetos sent him a whole testing kit. What is this testing kit for? Are they trying to test to make sure this bullet actually came from this Cheeto bag or came from real life off the street someplace? I don't know. But can you imagine if he tests this bullet and it's determined that this bullet was used in a murder someplace? I can't imagine. Oh, now that his fingerprints are on this bullet and it was used in a murder? This is a whole Law and Order, Organized Crime, SVU, Law and Order, Original Special type of thing. How does a bullet, somebody help it make sense for me. How does a bullet get into a Cheeto bag? Debris, I can understand. A hair, yes. But a whole bullet? Who is bringing their murder weapon, I mean their guns, to work? And again, I know Cheetos are supposed to bring, especially Flamin' Hot, supposed to bring the hot with it, but a whole bullet? So I hope Horn Weasel and his family get them a good old payday off of this bullet in a Cheeto bag. And I think this also should be a lesson that we can no longer blindly eat our food. We gotta now take out our cell phones, turn on a flashlight, grab a whole magnifying glass and inspect every morsel of crumb before we can consume it. Don't just open up a bag of Cheetos and stop popping them. Inspect your food first, because apparently your life could depend on it. What if that 6-year-old baby ate that that bullet? Like, nowadays, we have to do our due diligence, family, and pray over our food for real, for real. Now, you know, we've been keeping tabs on this whole Dr. Dre, Nicole Young, messy divorce child. Well, apparently, Dr. Dre's 3 alleged mistresses have been trying so hard to stay out of court here because Nicole has been trying to get them in court. Now, I will say this, looking at all 3 of these alleged mistresses, if I was a real person, it would be these people. These women, including Nicole, all look like they could be related. Dr. Dre said once he got done with Michelle, he was going to find himself a type and he was going to stick to it. Bravo for the dedication, Dr. Dre. Well, Nicole now has a small win because the courts are saying they can now be called upon to testify. And Nicole wants them to testify, one, on if they had an affair with Dr. Dre and if he gave them lavish gifts. I can answer that for you because I don't know nobody who's about to lay low and spread it wide for an almost billionaire and not get lavish gifts. Honey, if I am laying it low and spreading it wide for an almost billionaire, I need to be ran around the world. I need half the world delivered to my home. This is not a Hershey's chocolate red rose type of relationship here if you are almost billionaire, okay? So apparently, the lawyer for these mistresses are saying that they can't offer anything in the dispute here in terms of really the prenup with Dr. Dre and Nicole Young. But Nicole is saying that they can testify on the type of support financially that Dr. Dre has given them. Now, here's what I think is quite interesting, right? In my personal opinion, this doesn't sound anything more than Nicole trying to, one, embarrass Dr. Dre about these affairs, and two, try to prove to the court that through the years, he's constantly cheated on her. So basically, she deserves more money than obviously what Dr. Dre is trying to give her based off of the prenup. I get it. What do they say about a woman who's been allegedly abused and scorned? You better lay low. No, I'm just joking. But it could be a phrase. I think it should be a phrase when somebody has been treated, I guess, the way Nicole is portraying that she's been treated over the years, child. So we'll continue to see how this unfolds. We'll continue to see what these mistresses, alleged mistresses, have to say. But again, I need them to hurry up and get divorced. I want them to hurry up and get divorced, but I don't want them to hurry up and get divorced because this has actually been really good television. This should be Ryan Murphy's next project. Dr. Dre's divorce trial brought to FX. So former Playboy playmate Holly Madison from reality show Girl Next Door is dropping some major tea about the other playmates. So Holly is saying that Kendra Wilkinson and some other playmates are lying about the fact that they never had to sleep with Hugh in order to move into the Playboy mansion. Holly, we all knew that Hugh Hefner was not running a home of wayward girls and that this Playboy mansion was literally the sugar daddy's mansion, okay? We can see clear as crystal day that even though they may have lied and said we never slept with Hugh in order to get into this Playboy mansion, they also knew through having common sense that that was probably the prerequisite of moving in. Like my grandmama always say, all sense may not be common, but in this case, this was common sense. We knew something was happening in order for them to get into that Playboy mansion. Now, Kendra Wilkinson is saying basically it's been this long and you're still talking about this, why now? But I'm here for Holly dropping all the tea. I want to know what else happened in this Playboy mansion. Give me all the requirements. We want to know, was there a Chex Mix bowl of red and blue pills on the nightstand before y'all had to lay it low with Hugh Hefner? I mean, it's Playboy. Give us the fantasy and tell us the tea. We knew that you all had to have blonde hair and had to get a boob job, but what else did you have to do in order to move into that house, child? Let us know. Where are all my Rupaul Drag Race fans at? As you guys know, tonight is the episode for the top 4, and from this episode, they'll move into the grand finale. Well, obviously, last year we were in a whole panini, so we could not get a proper grand finale. So they made the girls do their grand finale through a Zoom call, aka an IKEA assemble at your own risk type of set in their own home. And we had to watch Rupaul in a whole face shield mask and a whole Scully looking like he was about to rob somebody's plastic surgery bank. Well, thankfully, this year they're going to be a main stage. This Rupaul will come out. They will have to compete on stage, and it will feel familiar. Now, you know the top 4 is Candy Muse, Got Mick, Simone, and Rose all day. Who's your favorite? Because I'm going to tell you who mine is. Mine is Simone. Anybody that can make the mother of the Underground Railroad funny and hilarious, aka Harriet Tubman, it is a winner in my books, honey. And if y'all didn't watch the Snatch Game, literally Simone played Harriet Tubman and made Harriet Tubman come to life in such a funny and non-disrespectful way. Not to mention, I love her looks. I love her messaging. I love her stage presence. And Mama is just drop dead gorgeous. So I can't wait for this grand finale. Can't wait to see it. And I hope Simone will be America's next drag superstar. Buckingham Palace has announced that Prince Philip's Queen Elizabeth's husband has gone on to glory, child. Did y'all know that the palace has to announce the deaths of their, the royal family to the BBC and the press associate first? And then they go from there. You know, I'm always fascinated about the whole royal family and royal protocol. Well, there is a royal protocol now that Prince Philip has passed on. Every senior member of a royal family has their own code name for their death. Well, Prince Philip's is Operation Fourth Bridge. And so this means that all newscasters, broadcasters, people that are going to be on air have to wear black because now the nation is in a state of mourning. I thought that's quite interesting. All flags on public buildings will be lowered to half mast. And typically Prince Philip should be funeralized at Westminster Abbey. So word on the street is he's been part of the planning process for his funeral since he had his first scare a couple of years ago in terms of coming close to death, child. And so he wants a very quiet funeral. He wants a funeral, a military-style funeral, at St. George Chapel at Windsor. And so our condolences to the royal family. He was 99. That man has lived in a very illustrious life. So that's what he wants, but we'll see what he gets because obviously he was Prince Philip. He's the Queen's husband. He's deceased. You know, he's the father of, you know, the royal heirs. So we shall see. But in the meantime, prayers and condolences to the royal family. But you know who's not dead? Lord, y'all are trying to send DMX on to glory. And why is Aaliyah now trending? Because DMX was pronounced Twitter dead. So DMX manager has announced that one, DMX is not dead. Quit trying to kill that man. He's still in a coma. His brain activity, they tested it earlier this week, is still relatively the same as when he first got to the hospital. So the family is really still trying to figure out what to do next because he's not improving. But you know, as problematic as TMZ is, I will believe that DMX is dead, hashtag until TMZ reports it. Until then, y'all can't believe everything that y'all hear. That man is not dead yet. Quit trying to kill him and let's celebrate and continue to pray for DMX in the meantime. And all right, breaking post-production news. Like I'm in the process of editing and I just got the tweet and everything else. DMX has died. He has gone on to glory. Lord, I just wanted to share that with you all because I just got done saying don't kill the man. But now the man is dead for real, for real. So prayers to DMX, prayers to his family, fans. Now I'm gonna have to spend the day listening to some DMX music, getting all mad and stuff because you know his music is a little rough, Rough Riders. But I grew up listening to DMX. Y'all know I'm an R&B kid, but I remember in high school trying to hang out with the cool kids and they were listening to DMX, and I actually had his first 3 albums and would listen to it from start to finish because I actually enjoyed his rapping and his music. So, my Lord, gotta live life, right? So, all right, beauty besties, gotta go. Gotta get this video ready for y'all. Bye. I got to go. You know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video if you like, and leave me a comment. And make sure those notifications are turned on. Who loves you? I do. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye.